Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Main Event and Smackdown. I am your General Manager, the Rated R Superstar Edge. Now, I've been getting a lot of tweets, a lot of messages, a lot of comments saying, Edge, what is going to happen with the Tag Team Championship match at Extreme Rules? Well, I'm here to let you all know that at Extreme Rules, we will see the two winning teams out of the Primetime Players versus the Usos and the Big Show and Rey Mysterio versus the Wyatt family. The winners of those two matches will compete against each other for the World Tag Team Championships at Extreme Rules. Now, not only that, I've got another couple of announcements to make. At Extreme Rules, we will see the Intercontinental Championship on the line as Wade Barrett will have his rematch against Mark Henry in an Extreme Rules match. But for the main event, you have all been asking for it. It will be Fatal 4-Way. It will be CM Punk versus The Undertaker versus John Cena versus Batista in a Fatal 4-Way match for the World Heavyweight Championship. But I will leave it up to you guys, the fans, to decide what stipulation that will be. There will be a poll up over on BrendenPlayz.com with the winning vote being the stipulation for the Fatal 4-Way match for the World Heavyweight Championship at Extreme Rules. Well, Edge has just dropped a bombshell of an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more Universe Mode. My name is BrendenPlayz. We are 2 weeks away from the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Cannot wait for that one. So we now know 3 matches that will happen at Extreme Rules, with the 4th match going to be announced tonight. So we have the Usos. They're going to take on the Primetime Players. The winner of that match will face the winning team out of the Rey Mysterio Big Show versus Wyatt family match. We're going to have Oksana to take on Emma. Oksana's trying to build some momentum to try and earn herself a title match at Extreme Rules against Naomi. And we have a 6-man tag team match. 6 men over on Raw, all battling it out to try and be the #1 contender for the US title. Ziggler, RVD, Sheamus, Del Rio, Cesaro, and Kane. So a 6-man tag team match for that one. So we will play the Usos tag team matchup. Oksana versus Emma. Oksana does beat Emma, so big victory for Oksana. She needed that one. I believe that she probably will get a rematch at Extreme Rules. And Team Ziggler, they win with Ziggler getting the victory himself by pinning Kane's. So Ziggler 2-up this week on Kane. So Ziggler really pushing towards a US title opportunity, but he's got Sheamus and RVD breathing down his neck as well. So it could go either way. The US title scene over on Raw is stacked, man. There's a lot of great talent trying to get that US title, but these two men, they've had a bit of a lackluster Universe mode. They've never really looked as though they're going to be the next tag team champions, but now that there's the 2nd tag team championship belt in the WWE, the Usos are looking to capture it at Extreme Rules, and they have the opportunity to do that if they can beat the Primetime Players here tonight. So if they can beat the PTP, they will have to face the winning team out of Big Show, Rey Mysterio, and the Wyatt family, like I said earlier, in a tag team matchup. Now, will we see a stipulation applied to that one? Perhaps, I don't know. But speaking of stipulations, we heard that Edge is requesting that you guys vote on what the stipulation will be for the Fatal 4-Way match. Now, I'm going to put some potential stipulations up on the BrendenPlayz website, and you guys can go along and vote. I'll just put it up on the website so you guys don't have to join the forums or anything. So all you have to do is click the link in the description down below and go and vote. So there should be some good stipulations up over there after this video is uploaded. So you guys get your opportunity to say what you want and have your say in the series. So that should be exciting. So, I mean, it's a good opportunity for you guys to get involved and try and see if you guys can make a bit of an impact on the show. So I highly recommend you guys go and do it. Speaking of another kind of voting thing, I know you guys went ahead and voted on the Slammy Awards. I really appreciate all the voting that's been done. Voting has now closed. So if you haven't voted, I apologize, but it was up for like 3 or 4 weeks, so you had plenty of time. But a lot of you guys wondering when the video will be out for it. It's kind of like a video where it'll be out when it's out. It's no real time frame. I'm not really rushing it right now. I've got an idea in my head what I want to do with it, so I hope you guys do like it. I would like to have it out in a week or so, but hopefully before Extreme Rules. That's kind of my goal right now. So just kind of a side project. When I kind of get it done, it'll be out. So we had a lot of votes, probably, I would say probably 300, 400 votes together. I know that's a lot of you guys voted twice, like voted on more than one category. So I do appreciate all you guys that have signed up and went ahead and joined the forums just to vote on that. But if you just join the forums to vote on the Slammies, make sure you come and visit back. You know, there's going to be a lot more interactive stuff there. So, like I said earlier, vote on the stipulation. And if you guys want to have some suggestions for other stipulations that will be for the Extreme Rule matches, so for the tag team match here on SmackDown, we could have a stipulation up there, maybe a steel cage. What else could we do? Tornado tag team match, elimination tag team match. I think, can we do Extreme Rules tag team? Probably. But yeah, so if you got some ideas on what you want to do, what we want to do for the tag team match at Extreme Rules, shoot a comment down below and I'll read through. And if you guys probably wonder, do I read your comments? I've read every single comment on my channel, so I do read the comments. So just because I don't reply to it doesn't mean I didn't read it. So make sure you leave your comments down below. So let's talk about the match now. So with the Primetime Players versus the Usos, the Primetime Players former tag team champions, and they are looking to recapture tag team gold. And I kind of knew that the Primetime Players would be one of the top tag teams here on SmackDown. Now that the tag team division has split amongst the two brands, I feel as though the Primetime Players are probably the top tag team here on SmackDown, alongside the Wyatts and Big Show, Rey Mysterio. I think the Usos are up there too, but they've had a couple of big losses and they haven't really proved themselves in recent months. I don't think they've had a tag team title opportunity yet, so they've got a lot to prove here in Universe Mode. Whereas the Primetime Players, they have actually won the tag team championships, and they were the only team that has managed to beat the Shield on pay-per-view for the tag team gold. So huge props to the Primetime Players. Unfortunately, they only held it for about 4 weeks, so I'm sure they would love to get the tag team titles back and hold it for a little bit longer. And now they don't have to deal with the Shield, but they will have to deal with the teams like Big Show, Mysterio, and the Wyatts, and of course the Usos right here in this matchup. So don't forget also, you know, we had the Awesome Riders, and I believe we have Lost Matadors here on SmackDown as well. So we have some really good teams over on SmackDown, so keep an eye out for that. So we will have this matchup, and then the winning team out of this one will face off against the team who wins out of Big Show, Mysterio, and the Wyatts, like I said earlier. So right now, Darren Young is in the ring. I honestly couldn't tell you which Uso is in. I think that's Jay. I'm going to take a guess and say it's Jay. So I've never been able to tell them apart on the game. In the real, I can tell them apart, but in the game, they basically look identical, but one of them has the face paint on the other side, and I think they have the tattoo on the other side too. So I probably should learn who it is. But we have Darren Young, elbow after elbow to one of the Usos. I think it's Jay. Cover, one. Titus has got the other Uso in trouble, and that's it. That is enough to beat the Usos. A few elbow drops. Darren Young hitting his signature maneuver on Jey Uso. Maybe Jimmy, we don't know, but the Primetime Players have progressed, and they will be a part of the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, and they will have a tag team championship opportunity. Will we see the Primetime Players walk out as the new World Tag Team Champions? We will find out Extreme Rules. I hope you guys do like the decision that I'm going with the World Tag Team titles. They were always my favorite tag team titles watching, and if you didn't like it, well, too bad. So Primetime Players, big victory, and now it's time to move on to SmackDown, so let's get straight into it. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time is none other than CM Punk. Now, CM Punk, you just learned that you will be a part of the Fatal 4-Way match for the World Heavyweight Championship at Extreme Rules. Now, Punk, do you feel as though you deserve this championship opportunity, given your recent track record? Look, I know I haven't performed to everybody's expectations here on Universe Mode, but let me tell you this. I'm a former WWE champion. I am the best in the world. That is enough. That is enough to put me in this match. Now I'm here on SmackDown, and I beat Bray Wyatt last week. I think that I am ready. I think I'm ready to turn it around. I think I'm ready to prove to John Cena, to prove to The Undertaker, and prove to Batista that I deserve to be in this match. Hell, I don't even think Undertaker or John Cena or even Batista deserve to be in this match, because those guys, especially Undertaker and Batista, they haven't even been around long enough to prove themselves, been around long enough to deserve this opportunity. Whereas John Cena's been in the same boat as me. He hasn't won a match for a long time, and now that he's here on SmackDown, he suddenly wins a couple of matches? No, I'm not buying it. At Extreme Rules, I'm going to be walking out as the World Heavyweight Champion. I may be the underdog in this match, but they call me the best in the world for a reason. Just remember that. Well, CM Punk will be a part of the Fatal 4-Way match for the World Heavyweight Championship at Extreme Rules. Does he deserve to be there? Let me know in the comment section down below. I think he has done just enough, just scraped in to be there. But here is the card for this week's SmackDown. We have Mark Henry will take on Jack Swagger. Zeb Coulter will be in Swagger's corner. And of course, the Mysterio Big Show versus the Wyatt family match. Bray Wyatt will be in the Wyatt's corner as well. Will that be the advantage they need? Rusev with Lana will take on arch rival Wade Barrett. One-on-one. Now Barrett learned that he will get an opportunity at Extreme Rules for his vengeance. Naomi with Cameron will take on Layla and Summer Rae. So the Funkadactyls taking on Lay Ray. CM Punk will face The Undertaker one-on-one, so one half of the title matchup. And John Cena versus Batista, the other half of the title matchup, will face off in a one-on-one matchup. So let's go ahead and simulate some of these matches. So we have Henry. He defeats Jack Swagger, so the Intercontinental Champion, gaining momentum. Who's going to face the Primetime Players? It is going to be Big Show and Rey Mysterio. They're going to face off against the Primetime Players for the tag team titles, as Wade Barrett defeats Rusev one-on-one. Again, we've seen that quite a few times, as the Funkadactyls, they win. They needed that victory badly. CM Punk versus The Undertaker. CM Punk, well, if you doubted him, there you go. He just beat The Undertaker one-on-one. So what a victory for CM Punk. I think he really needed that one. I mean, he beat Bray Wyatt, but to beat one half, one-third, I should say, of the Fatal 4 matchup, and to beat The Undertaker one-on-one, that's a huge victory for CM Punk. So well done to CM Punk. And here comes the other half of the Fatal 4 matchup. John Cena, he's going to face Batista. Now, John Cena has been on a roll, but he had a bit of a setback, and he's looking to kind of turn it all around. So will we see Cena walk into Extreme Rules as the guy with all the momentum, the guy to beat? And this man Batista, well, he defeated Ryback for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. That is enough in itself. Batista doesn't need to prove anything to anybody. He has done it all, and now he's looking to keep his title at Extreme Rules. It's going to be difficult in a Fatal 4-Way match, and possibly it could be even more than just a Fatal 4-Way match, depending on what you guys do vote for. So it is going to be a tough time ahead for the World Heavyweight Champion, the Animal Batista. So will we see Batista retain? I mean, he's got 3 top guys all going for his championship, and hell, even if Batista walks out of Extreme Rules as the champion, if we see Brock Lesnar lose to Randy Orton for the WWE, hang on, hold that thought. CM Punk is going to be front row. He's getting a bit of a good look. Of course, CM Punk defeated The Undertaker moments ago, so well, I guess CM Punk just wanting a little bit of a better look at this one. So, like I was saying before, if Brock Lesnar does lose to Randy Orton at Extreme Rules, we will see Lesnar come over to SmackDown. So even if Batista does walk out as champion, well, the Beast Incarnate is gunning for the World Heavyweight Championship. You just know that is going to happen. So tough times ahead for anyone who's going to hold the World Heavyweight title. But I tell you what, there's some great competitors for the World title division here on SmackDown. So we have Cena, Punk, and Undertaker all going to be a part of the one match. That's going to be one hell of a match at Extreme Rules. And of course, we're going to have Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar in a 2 out of 3 falls. And that's going to be no disqualification as well. And of course, we learned that the Primetime Players will face off against Big Show and Rey Mysterio. And we're going to see Wade Barrett versus Mark Henry in another stipulation match that I want you guys to decide. But there won't be a poll for that one. I'll just kind of read your comments, have a bit of a gauge of what you guys want to see, if there is going to be a stipulation at all, of course. So, and we still have to find out who's going to face Big E for his US title. We still have to find out who's going to face The Shield for their tag titles. And we're going to find out if Oksana has done enough to deserve a championship rematch for the Divas Championship. So, we'll have to wait and see as Batista and John Cena. And I kind of forgot to mention this, guys. It is a Falls Count Anywhere matchup. So these guys kind of getting prepared for Extreme Rules. So there is no disqualification, and Falls will count anywhere. So that's why the referee's outside the ring. So it didn't kind of appear on the matchup screen, so I kind of completely forgot about it. But this one is Falls Count Anywhere. So kind of getting a bit of a taste or a bit of a teaser of what we could expect at Extreme Rules. So we have Batista and Cena probably going to be outside the ring for majority of this matchup, making good use of all the weaponry that can be used, as Batista's got the steel chair and he's taking it to John Cena right now. One to the midsection, if we're going to follow it up with a DDT, as he does so successfully. So we have Cena and CM Punk, two probably underdogs. Cena maybe not so much now that he's kind of got a few wins together here on SmackDown, looking pretty good. But CM Punk has got a lot to prove. Just being the Undertaker just then kind of raises CM Punk into the totem pole a little bit. So maybe the guy that has to have something to prove is the Undertaker. I mean, he's had a bit of a lackluster comeback here on SmackDown. I mean, he did manage to defeat John Cena last week. So when you kind of think about it, really everyone's coming into this match with a bit of momentum on their side. So it's going to be really interesting and I think a very even contest. So Batista certainly got his work cut out. And of course, Batista doesn't have to be pinned to lose the championship as well. So just remember that one. So I tell you what, Batista's in for a really, really tough challenge. As in his first championship, his second championship title defense. Well, there you go. Of course, Batista did manage to defeat Ryback on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago. So Batista's still looking pretty good in my eyes as well. I mean, you beat Ryback for a second time for the world title. You're doing pretty well. So I think everyone in this match, like I said, is looking pretty good. Coming in this match with a lot of momentum. So this is going to be tough for all four of these men. I think it's going to be an absolute war. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. That will take place at Extreme Rules as Batista sends John Cena through the table with a DDT. And he could go for the cover right now, but Cena straight back to his feet. Well, we coming used to seeing that as Batista has busted open John Cena with those steel steps, following it up with another couple of shots as well. And I don't know what the fuck just happened there. They just kind of fell over. So Cena's busted. Batista looking good, but Cena trying to fight back into this matchup. So you guys are probably wondering when Extreme Rules is going to be. I've actually had some questions and some comments. When's Extreme Rules going to be? I really can't kind of dictate when it's going to be. It's just going to happen when it happens. You know, it takes a long time to put the video together, so there's still a few more episodes of Universe Mode to come before Extreme Rules. So expect to see it out in a couple of weeks. So looking forward to it, man. I think Extreme Rules is going to be one of the better pay-per-views that I've done. So we've got a pretty good card on our hands. Not a lot of rematches, which is nice, but well, there probably will be, but probably at least 3, I think. Maybe, yeah, 3 rematches. That Cena counters this potential spinebuster with a DDT. So looking forward to Extreme Rules as Cena's got Batista up. Are we going to see an AA? Yes, we are. Outside the ring, so pinfalls can occur. Cena with the cover. 1, 2. No, Batista kicks out at 2 of the Attitude Adjustment. Batista reverses, takes down Cena. And maybe Batista's going to look for that Batista bomb. Yes, here we go. Up. Cena counters DDT again. Batista's in trouble. Here's a cover. 1. And a kick out of 1. You see CM Punk in your top left of the screen there as well. Will he get himself involved? As Batista back in control of this match. He's got those steel steps. Oh, he takes it to Cena to the skull with those steel steps. And he just throws it at Cena. So Batista in control of this match. And, oh, takes down Cena as well. Perhaps maybe working down that right arm. And went for the chair shot. Cena counters, takes the chair away. Now Batista gets the chair back. And he missed that chair shot. And Cena follows it up with a big-time clothesline, taking down Batista. And what are we going to see here? Hang on. Attitude adjustment. Oh! Oh! And the legs hit the chair as well for extra pain. 2, 3. John Cena has pinned the World Heavyweight Champion. What a victory for John Cena. So we saw CM Punk, he got the upset win over The Undertaker. Now Cena gets the upset victory over Batista. Well, I tell you what, John Cena has all the momentum on his side. Heading in towards Extreme Rules is going to be one hell of a fight. Ladies and gentlemen, what a match between these two. It's just a bit of a teaser, a bit of a taste of what we're going to see at Extreme Rules. Cena with a big victory. Maybe the draft from Raw to SmackDown was the best thing for Cena. And a handshake? No, Batista is pissed. Not happy. Probably just a bit upset that he lost this one. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe and like if you haven't. And make sure you vote for the match stipulation. And have a great day. See you guys in the next video.